Hello Taurus, welcome back to the Existential Shift, my dear seeker. Happy New Year, January, huh? Uranus is going direct in your sign. I think it's January 10th. Remember everything from 2018? The reason why I'm going to ask you to take this next reading with a grain of salt is because I don't know what Uranus will do to every single one of us. Not to scare anybody, it's transformation, not like Plutonian transformation, but more like shocking the reality, shocking the status quo. Six of Pentacles, well, we're starting off pretty good. For some of you, it might bring a windfall of money. It's tax time, you know, so maybe you're going to get some goodies in return. But I'm getting kind of a vibe of something that, not that you didn't work for, you've definitely worked for it in one shape or form, but it's almost like a delayed gratification, like a delayed grant. So maybe some of you are receiving some sort of a grant to study somewhere, scholarship. Six of Wands, I'm sorry, okay, 2 sixes, Taurus. And you open up the reading with your energy of generosity. You're really being recognized in January for something. Now guys, I'm recording this mid-December. So regardless of when you're watching this, I do recommend to watch your December reads. Especially now because we're at the midst of the energies. So check out your December. Because Six of Wands right after the Six of Pentacles. This could be something that you fought for a while. So maybe the clue will be in the prior readings. You're being celebrated for something that you are doing, or maybe have done in the past and only now is seen for some reason, or only now is being credited. Credits, grants, status, money, Four of Cups, and yet you don't trust it, or it's not enough. You know, Taurus, sometimes when we go through such a rigorous road, then when we get to our destination, we're so exhausted and, you know, we're catching our breath. It's hard for us to actually acknowledge where we're at. You know, like a runner running through God knows how long, and then right at the finish line, you know, they won first place, but now they're sitting catching their breath, are not even aware of how all the cameras are like on them clicking. Everybody's like, you know, throwing flowers at them. They're just like, wait, let me catch my breath. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting here of like, is this a good thing? Wait, is this actually a good thing? Yes. It's a good thing. If you want to sit by the tree and rest for a little bit, good. But be careful of going into a place of like having so much acknowledgments and rewards. But instead of focusing on that, be over focused on the things that you've lost along the way. I see some of you not enjoying it as much as you can because you're looking back and thinking of the price you had to pay, right? Or the things that you've lost. And you think to yourself, was it all worth it? Was it all really worth it? I'm getting 4 to 6 years possibly of something challenging that you're overcoming, Taurus. This is very good. Now, if you've just recently experienced this energy, great. 4 of Wands. We have 2 sixes and then 2 fours. You want to look at it? So this is also harmony and stability within the family and within the structure of your life. And I think for many of you who are watching, you know, you might not be used to it. You might be telling me like, oh no, that's not for me. Then it's probably for a different Taurus. That's probably not my reading. There's no way my family will ever celebrate me, or you know, things like that. But you are a Taurus. Those of you who are watching me right now are going to have some sort of, I mean, we are going into the holidays. I'm recording this mid-December. 5 of Wands. 4, 5, 6 of Wands. Okay. I am in the mid-December, so we're going into Yule and Hanukkah and Christmas and the New Year's. Look. Because this 5 of Wands is here, the thing is, no one could ever fully see eye to eye with you always. It doesn't necessarily mean that they disrespect you or they don't love you. I'm sensing that all in all, the vibe is really good. And there might be just a few little things that are itching to you in your interactions with people around you. But that you might tend to, you know, make more out of it than it actually is. When it's simply people being people, you know, or not 100% agreeing with you. Don't take it personally to a place of they're against me, right? Try to focus on the big picture of how much you seem to have going on. 4, 5, 6. 2 4s, 1 5, 2 6s. Interesting. We'll look into it. Show me more, please, for Taurus for January. What kind of surprises will Uranus bring? Where will it place you? If you've done the work, it will bring in a lot of rewards. Things you might not even... Things you may have given up on. I see you succeeding in something that you may have given up on. That you thought, okay, this is just not going to work out for me. This just can't happen for me. Whatever. And then Uranus just brings it in because you kept being there. Although you had doubts, you kept doing the work. You kept being sincere and honest and doing what you were doing the best way possible, the Hierophant. Being guided by your intuition, being guided by your truth. We start the row with Taurus energy, and we finish the row with Taurus energy. Both these cards are Taurus energy, Taurus cards. Sorry. The Hierophant speaks of tradition, speaks of the structure, but he's also highly spiritual. It's not just a religious pope, and it really all depends on how it comes in a reading. By the most part, you can be very, very positive. It's being a spiritual leader to your own life, listening to your truth and following it, and obviously having the wisdom of being in tune and listening to higher wisdoms and other people and what life has to teach you, but then making the best conclusions for you, for where you stand. Taurus, you can trust yourself. If you have lost a little bit of faith in your own intuition and in your own ability to discern, I think 2020 is gonna kick in a really good start. 4 of Swords, interesting. This is very much the rest of a night, you know, coming after a journey of some sort. And in some traditions, it's said that this night is resting in a church. It's coming out right after the Hierophant. Someone might be seeking counsel with you, Taurus, or some sort of, I don't want to say refugee, although it could be that, but some of you have the ability to make someone feel safe and kind of rest from some sort of a journey. This could be the other way around. This could be you seeking refuge of some sort with someone else. I don't want to freak you out. I don't mean like exile refugee. I mean a place of like a sanctuary. I think, you know, you don't know how tired you are until you put your head on a pillow. So some of you, with this reward coming in, whatever this is, could be several things. For once again, it's the third 4 on the table. I'm getting strong 4 to 6 years. 3 4s, 2 5s, 2 6s. The synchronicity here is insane because the Hierophant is also a 5. I just realized. I'm going to show you the reading. And right after this, I'm doing the special karmic shift and liberation extended for the new decade for you guys. So, yeah. If you want to see an example, yesterday I posted Ophiuchus special karmic shift on YouTube. All the zodiacs will be on Vimeo. But if you want to kind of get the feels and understand, then you can check that one out. But just from this general reading, I have a sense that it's going to be quite good one. Can't wait. Okay, let's focus on this. I'm sorry, I'm just a little bit shook from the whole synchronicity that we have going on here. 78 cards. It's not, you know, no card repeats itself. So you don't know how tired you are until you put your head on the pillow. So when you get all these rewards and you have the ability to just put your feet up and be like, you did it. It's okay. You might feel a little bit, you know, as your muscles will lose the tension and your lungs will go back to regular, stable rhythm of breathing in and breathing out. Your system will drop the fight or flight. Some of you are carrying a fight or flight muscle memory within you, and you're constantly on guard, right? And all these 4s and 6s, the system is going to relax, and you might find yourself sleeping a lot, which is interesting because you also find yourself very active, but you want to rest a lot. Don't worry, just rest when you can. I'm seeing some of you kind of sensing this sense of calmness that is very new to you. Some of you is not very familiar. A sense of ease, like a Taurian empress type of ease, you know, a Taurian that has reached the promised land, that kind of ease. So let it. You've earned it, obviously. You've earned it. Make it temporary, because I feel like things are going to speed up. So rest as much as you can now, Taurus, because things are about to speed up. What is speeding up? Ace of Pentacles. More money, more opportunity. It's gonna come out of the blue. You're gonna keep receiving these. This is a wonderful reading, Taurus. You're going to keep receiving recognition, gratitude, reward, offers, opportunities, and you're gonna be how did that just happen? I'm not a fluff reader. If you're new to my channel. King of Wands. And just as you are thinking to yourself, I can rest from the drama now. I have the coins that I need for this. I have the papers that I need for that. I have dramatic women or dramatic men out of my head, some serenity and peace, and guess who comes along trotting? Fire sign. Doesn't have to be a fire sign. This is a very charismatic, energetic, warm, positive, know what they want, go-getter, but passionately, artistically type of way, kind of personality. And I'm drawn to his gaze. Now, it could be you, Taurus, but it could be someone around you that sees something they want. In a way, it's another 4 because this is springtime, April. There might be some sort of process, either a financial or emotional, this could be a connection, that might begin for you in January. And it will be, let me see, what? And now we have 2 3s and the Wheel of Fortune. Three of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune. Sorry, hold on. I need to gather myself because now we have 2 3s, 3 4s, 2 5s, 2 6s. I'm sorry if I'm driving you nuts with my numerology. I can't help it. And now you're going to look at the cards because the table is bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups. If I'm doing like weird facials, it's good. It's good things. Of course I'm taking it. Okay. Take it, Taurus. All right. Okay. Let me look at this for just 1 second. Someone in your environment has made a decision they're not happy about. And possibly in the past 3 months or so, 3 months to 3 years. 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years. Vary between different sorts of views. They have been agonized about it. And now they're deciding to start anew and renew. Whether it's with you or without you, I'm not sure. It will be different for different people of you. So if you have someone in your life that has been regretful and regretting you or the loss of you, or they will either start anew completely and will decide to put you behind them, or they will communicate with you to try to have a new start with you. Coming in with a renewed energy of some sort. Wanting to build something completely different, right? So either this or that, but they won't remain in their misery. Now, for others of you, this is someone that will come in around this time of when you're seeing this reading. And they will come in very hurt because of something. There's something that went on in their life or that is going on in their life and that they're rebuilding themselves from. And something about the interaction with you will allow healing and renewal. I can't help but seeing this church thing that is coming up. Now, it could be any religious thing. It doesn't have to be a church. It could be a synagogue. It could be a mosque. It could be a Buddhist temple, right? But something, it could be a place of study. I'm a martial artist. I could see it like as a dojo, right? But there's something with transmuting pain and defeat into, like lemons to lemonade kind of thing, into strength and, you know, building something new with it. This is a very vital energy. There's a lot of vitality here. And whoever this person is, they either come from money or they are self-made kind of entrepreneur that has money. And for some of you, this could be an investor. Now, if this is an investor, but it can also relate to love, whatever this is, it seems to be something that reminds you of something in the past that failed. And that makes you doubt and think maybe it's the same thing. But it's actually very, very different. Now, of course, don't give me any power over your life. You know best. Be discerning, see the situation, see the person, and make your own decision. But the cards are advising to give this a chance, like come with it with an open mind and then decide, because this is like, I mean, I don't believe in any guarantees, general, right? The winds of change, they swoop in and they mess up your hair. It doesn't matter how many hours you worked on it. But then you look wild and free and even prettier, you know? So maybe give this an opportunity. Obviously, this can go vice versa. This could be you for someone else in these general readings. There is also some sort of leap, shift and then leap, some sort of expansion of consciousness. It's a quantum leap. The quantity aspect of your energy is increasing. Your particles, I'm getting your particles, maybe your molecules, maybe your atom, you're at autumn. Maybe it's happening in the autumn, okay, for some of you. Your atoms. I'm getting some sort of growth, some sort of an expansion, some sort of stretch. Maybe you're stretching more and your muscles are more flexible. It could literally be that. Maybe your skin is stretching more and seems more healthy or younger. Maybe your hair is growing a little bit, like the hair on your head. Maybe your blood flow is warmer. But I'm seeing like and some of you are not going to even notice the change until it's like really in your face, because you've been obsessed with whatever wasn't. And then, but it's like looking in the mirror and like, who is this? In a good way. And it's a result of expansion of consciousness, right? Because every change starts in the energy and then shifts into matter. I mean, I see it as like a cyclical thing. They affect each other. E equals mc squared. For those of you who don't know, I say it a lot, but I'll repeat it just in case you haven't. Einstein's theory of relativity, aka E equals mc squared. E symbolizes energy. M and the mc squared. M symbolizes mass, matter. And c squared, c means speed of light. Square means speed of light times speed of light. What does that mean? Mc squared, mass times the speed of light times the speed of light equals energy. And energy, having its movement slowed down by the speed of light times the speed of light, becomes condensed, aka mass. So it's a back and forth transition. So who knows what came first, right? Maybe you've been on a new nutrition, thing, and you're treating your body better, and it affects your consciousness. Maybe it affects your mood. Maybe it affects your brain. I mean, lack of vitamin can make us lose memory and be moody. Like it really affects the brain, but vice versa. Either way, doesn't matter. It's not here nor there. Either way, you're seeing the results in January, and now I have 2 aces, 2 aces, 2 threes, 3 fours, 2 fives, 2 sixes. Just saying, you know, just saying, because, you know, in case you, just saying. How far along are we? 25 minutes, okay. Let me rearrange and see what else I can give you. I will finish up with messages from the spirit animal, and then move to your special karmic extended for the decade, for the new year, for January, call it whatever you want. And oh, description box, yeah, check it out to find all the blah blah, all my services. If you want to book a private reading, it's the existentialshift.as.me. And also you find a link to Tarot Masterclass. If you want to learn how to do what I do, I teach you how to be a Tarochi and the path of the existential shifter, the seeker, the shaman. It's all in there. Okay. Actually, I think I'm going to place this here, because 10 is also some sort of a 1. You see this? The only outside energy that doesn't have a repetition is the King of Wands, and this is a character, it's not a numeric value. I think the synchronicity in your life will bring in someone who syncs with that, who matches that, but it will also take out of your life someone who doesn't. I think this person represents 2 different people. Like one will be replaced by another kind of thing. Now, in very specific cases, there is the possibility, because we all went through some major quantum leaps in the past year or 2, okay? So it is a possibility that it's someone from your life, like I mentioned before, who has made their own quantum leap. But this will vary between different types of you. Now, I do have still the December Love Extended up on Vimeo, so it's linked below as well, if you want to check you and your person of interest for December, just in case. Okay, I'm going to pull out Animal Spirit, and then I'm going to talk some more. This is, I don't even know how to, wait, I need to reorganize this. I'm sorry, bear with me. 4, 5, 6, 1, 3. Oh no, we're good. No, I feel like I'm missing something. Okay, well, come on. I'll see it soon. Taurus. Message for Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. You know the drill, loves. Other placements that are triggered. Message from the Animal Spirit, please, for my Taurian seekers. For the month of January, for the New Year's. What can I say as we shuffle? The Karmic Shift Special Extended will see into your generational karma, into your past lifetimes karma, and into your self-made karma, and how each of these 3 is affecting currently your love life and your career and finances. And of course, there will be advice and guidance on how to break free and heal those. I will use the tarot. I also use the Gypsy Oracle cards and runes. And sorry, and also oracles of the I Ching and the Akash records. Okay, I think that was very informative, right? Cards, are you ready to come out? Are you ready for Taurus? Crosswatchers out there, I don't know if I'm ready for Taurus. Hey, if you were guided to this reading, if you're able to sit in front of the screen and handle my energy as long as you can, it says something about you. And it's not bad. Not bad at all. Something brand new. Oh my God. Oh my God. Uranus is going to bring something brand new. You're not going to see it coming. But it's very, very good. I don't want to scare you. It's very, very good. Something that you've been battling over for quite some time. Could be something with the system. Could be something restrictive, Saturnian-like. Could be technical. Could be... Six of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune in the same reading. Like, you've got to be kidding me. This is like, it's a combination of winning the lottery. I'm not saying you're going to win the lottery. I'm just saying there's money on this table. There is. So this is very reassuring. It's very good. I don't know. The cards are not... they will come out when they need to come out. Animal spirit for Taurus. Animal spirit for Taurus. The bear. Oh, I think it's this King of Wands here. So for some of you, it's a feminine. For the males, for the masculines out there. The bear. It can also be you, Taurus. This could also be you. Oh, I'm getting such warm and kind energy from this bear. This could be a benefactor. You might be a benefactor. Show me more. Okay, show me more for Taurus. A protector. Well, we know you're a very protective Taurus. Mama bear, right? Papa bear. Too much. It was the stingray, in case you're curious, but it was too many cards. One more, one more. Come on. Okay. And the whale. Wow. Wow. Okay. And this is earth and this is water. I'm going to let you take a look at this for a second, and then I'm going to turn them back around because I need to stare at them. So you can see their imagery. Okay. So I'm getting I was about to say the clash of the Titans, but it's not a clash. It does feel like a tsunami hitting Earth, but I don't mean it in like a terrifying tsunami way. Well, then how do you mean it, Morgane? I mean it like intense. I mean it like world shaking. Some of you will connect with a very, very old soulmate of yours, a familiar of yours. You have the same core spirit, but your physical manifestation is different on this earth. So you could be from either different cultures or different religions or different geographical places. Something about the life that you've lived, right? You've lived a very different life than one another, or from in different places, or like different type of education, whatever. But you carry the same soul DNA, and you somewhat complete each other. Just like this is deep earth and this is deep ocean. The whale, you know, he swims at the bottom of the ocean, and he knows. The whale knows of the ocean more than we will ever know. And the bear knows of the earth more than we will ever know, right? And their connection, and I can't help but see, look how it's like there's like sun or some sort of warmth above the bear, and above the whale here, like underneath the water, it's like, you know, like the surface level of the water where you can see the light of, if you ever scuba dived and looked up if you look down, it's nothing but darkness, and if you look up, you see the sun rays, the rays of sun. Why can't I talk? I'm sorry. It's like as this bear woke up from its winter sleep, I'm getting, and started stretching and feeling really comfortable in their skin. Something about their blood flow, about their warmth that they're exuding, shed light, I don't know how, in a way, on this whale character. And it was almost like a calling. It's like almost they hear each other in a way. It's very interesting. I hope I'm explaining myself correctly. I hope you're not losing me. To be honest, Taurus, the only thing they're giving me, the cards now, the energy, is the encounter and the meaning of the encounter. They're not showing me how it will evolve. They're not showing me where it's taking you to. But because of the essence of these two animals, that is very, ancient and wise and mature, I'm getting the sense that it will be like a longevity thing. If it's connected to the shifts that Uranus is bringing into your life in 2020 and in the next 5 or 6 years or so, yeah, at least for that amount of time. I think if you have went through 4 to 6 years or so of some sort of restrictions or having to, handle certain things, now you're going to experience the other side of it, the underworld. There's the below world. There's a phrase, I forget. Oh my god. Anyway, you'll get to experience the other side of the coin. Taurus, you are Earth, right? You are Gaia. And Gaia is constantly half in the shadow, completely in the dark, and half in the light, and half in the sun, completely in the light. Half of it is under the moon, and half of it is under the sun at all times. And if you look at it from satellite pictures, you just see half of it, one half darkness and one half Earth. And that's kind of you. Okay, you're always one leg in the dark and one leg in the light. You actually, you're prepping for Gemini. You have the duality in you of the life and death because there's Scorpio in you, right? So you represent the side of life, but you come from the side of death, just like Scorpio is the opposite, represents the side of death, transformation, darkness, shadows, but it comes from the side of life because they always correlate, they always depend on each other. So you carry with you this duality. And it's almost like you always walk this tightrope of in between, right? And when you're imbalanced, when you go through difficulties, or when you don't find yourself, or when you feel like you have to choose a side, whatever, you're either completely imbalanced to the dark or imbalanced to the light. And then in fortunate, alleged balanced times, you're in the gray. But a quantum leap type of Taurus, right? An awakened type of Taurus. Their center is not gray. The center is gold. And this is very much the solar and, oh, sorry. This is very much the solar and the lunar in you, right? The earth and the waters, the depths where there's darkness, the land and the ocean. Maybe you felt for the longest time you're either here or there, or here nor there. But we speak so much of integration, right? Right now, some of us anyway in the spiritual community. And you can't, integration is not in the darkness and not in the light, or only in the darkness or only in the light. Integration by default, by its meaning, is integration of both. So you can't integrate light and shadow without knowing the light, and you can't integrate light and shadow without knowing the shadow. 1 + 1 = 2. 2 is a sum of the one and the other one. So every time you tried to escape one of your polarities, you felt lost and shaky on that tightrope. But what happens when you embrace both sides of you, the androgynous aspect of the human condition, that's true awakening, right? Being the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And when you unite within yourself, and when I say that, it means that you have to love yourself at all cost, Taurus. No matter where you are right now in life, you have to love yourself at all costs and be kind to yourself and look back and be like, and to not doubt yourself or be insecure in the face of it, and be like, this XYZ what I went through. It's okay if I feel this way. It's okay if I did like that. You know, the whole aspect of victim mentality, victimhood exists. There are people who are true victims, and every single one of us, one way or another throughout our lives, have been victimized. Acknowledging things that you had to endure or experience doesn't mean that you're negative, doesn't mean that you are complaining, doesn't mean that you are pampered, and definitely doesn't mean that you have a victim mentality. I mean, it could be if it reaches a certain length, but first and foremost, if it's being sincere with yourself, then it's just being truthful and accepting you and what you've been through and how you're truly feeling. That is the true way of enlightening, of transmutation, of integration. It's accepting the parts in you that you keep trying to suppress for the sake of, ironically, for the sake of awakening. Oh, I can't admit to myself that I'm feeling sad, or I can't admit to myself that I'm hurt, or I can't admit to myself that this and that happened, or I can't admit to myself that I'm angry at this and this person, because that would make me not enlightened, or that will make me low frequency. No, that will make you integrated, because the consciousness in you that allows you to observe yourself in authenticity and sincerity, that's the high frequency in you that takes in the low aspect frequency in you, which is the emotions of whether it be guilt or shame or anger or sadness or grief or whatnot, fear. And as that light in you of wisdom and consciousness takes into it with love and compassion and understanding the lowest frequencies, the shadows in you, that's your integration. That's what we keep talking about. You know, we say this word a lot, but how many of you actually understand what it means? How many of us actually explain that to you? How many of us who speak of it actually understand that and not just say it because everybody else is saying it? I don't know. This might be you meeting your inner bear, or you meeting your inner whale. But just as E equals MC squared that I explained, that, you know, that correlates to as within, so without, as below, so above, and vice versa. Once that integration happens within you, you will be able to encounter and find and have room for someone who can also integrate you, right? Because what is it that you want? What is it that everybody wants? Okay, let's talk about love. We want someone that accepts us and loves us unconditionally and doesn't judge us and doesn't look down at us and doesn't trick us or manipulates us or push us or exploits us or doesn't give us a break, okay. Are you doing that for yourself? Because if you judge yourself and if you don't accept you as you are, and if you look at your alleged weaknesses as something bad to deny, that's what you will manifest as a potential partner or a job even. Friendships, all of it. People who will do to you what you do to you. It's all a reflection of what you do to yourself. It's not necessarily here to punish you, okay? I think karma and law of attraction are basically the same thing. I did something that I am ashamed of, so I feel like I need to be punished for it. So I manifest karma, punishment, or a good one, vice versa. It's just cause and effect, right? We'll obviously go into it in your Karmic Extended. So I want you to hold right there for a second. Maybe go sit next to a tree. Take a breather. Look at your pain without judgment, without trying to deny it or get rid of it or think whether it's appropriate or not. Fuck appropriate. No. Who is ever appropriate? And just pretend that you're talking to a very good friend that you truly love, or to a child even. If a child were to fall and injure themselves, even if it's the smallest scratch, but they're crying and they're in pain, you will hug them and tell them that it's okay to cry, and you let them tell you all about it, right? You're not going to be like, how dare you be in pain, or you should. Some of you are, and if you do that to your children, please, by all means, stop. It's not strengthening them. It creates shame. Okay, it creates dissonance. It creates a detachment from how they truly feel, and then they grow up to be adults that can't find someone that acknowledges how they truly feel because they don't acknowledge how they truly feel. So, let's say you're a healthy parent. No judgment, a little bit of judgment. Anyway, sorry, I put myself in a rabbit hole. But what the kindness that you'll give to a child, give to yourself. The kindness that you will give to a good friend of yours, grant yourself the same kind of kindness, right? Be your own mama bear. Be your own papa bear. And allow the winds of change, as I said, to mess up your hair. Because you know you walk this earth or swim this ocean, and that you're good. You'll just look better, wild and free. And speaking of, I have here the earth and water again. And the fire that I have here is, by the most part, it's awesome. King of Wands, Four of Wands, Six of Wands. Victory and leadership. But, you know, there's a reason why the element is counted. It starts with earth, then water, then fire, then air. It's the thing that feeds the other, right? One relies on the other. So your victories and joy will come when you connect with yourself and feel belong to yourself. And then you'll find someone whom you feel belong to too. Taurus, thank you for staying tuned. Do you like my candle? I will use it in all the extendeds for this batch of extendeds. Check out the description box for all the goodies. I'll see you in a sec on Vimeo. Happy New Year. I love you. Bye.